I was speaking at PayExpo about the future of ATMs and cash, which is a very exciting future, so I was very pleased to come along and talk about that subject. Well, it's not me thinking so. The fact is that 85% of all payments in the world today are still made using cash. But it is a fact that in some countries, particularly in Europe, it's becoming more difficult for the public and businesses to actually use cash, mainly because bank branches are closing down. With bank branches closing down, it's now difficult in some cases for the public and businesses to deposit the cash that they take in. So we're very concerned about that. So we're very excited actually here in the UK that Link, the UK's ATM network, now has a universal cash deposit transaction. Now, when implemented by the issuers haven't signed up for it yet, but we're looking forward to them doing so. And when I say the issuers, I mean the big banks like Lloyds and HSBC, Royal Bank of Scotland and so on. When they've signed up for this, it will mean that instead of having to find a branch or an ATM that your own bank operates, you'll be able to deposit cash at any ATM in the country that's hardware enabled. And now there's 70,000 ATMs in the country and only 7,500 bank branches. So it's much easier finding an ATM than a bank branch currently. And so that will be a hugely important innovation for the public and also businesses who need to deposit cash, both notes and coins. Well, as far as cash is concerned, in the UK, look at convenience stores. We have 50,000 convenience stores in the UK, and the figures that the Association of Convenience Stores issued for the year to April 2017 revealed that 76% of all transactions in convenience stores in the UK are still made using cash. So those are your basic transactions, aren't they? You go to your local store, you spend about £5 or £6, and when you do it, you normally use cash. So the ordinary people, and I include you and me in that, still use cash quite heavily. And so we're excited about any innovation that makes cash easier to use and makes ATMs more functional so that an ATM actually provides more services to the public. That's very important. With bank branches closing, we see smart ATMs replacing bank branches. Groups of them together will be called community financial services hubs. So instead of going to a bank branch, you won't be able to because there aren't any anymore, you'll go to community financial services hubs where you'll be able to carry out all of the transactions you used to carry out at a branch and a lot more besides. Well, security is already well dealt with at ATMs. I was just reading that Smart Water are rolling out all Co-op ATMs so that if anybody tries to rob a Co-op ATM, they're going to be sprayed with a gel which is detectable for 5 years. So criminals will not be able to rest easy for 5 years. If the police catch them within 5 years, they'll be able to trace them back to that crime. And that's typical of the solutions that the industry has come up with. ATMs are very secure. On average, an ATM in the UK is likely to suffer an attack once every 100 years. That is not a huge criminal problem. Obviously, when there are attacks, they can be dramatic, but the industry is aware of the need to make ATMs safer and more secure than they even are today, and a lot of work is being done to achieve just that. Oh, I'm very excited about this actually. Previously, we've only had our conferences in London, but we really want to get out and go all around Europe because our members come from every part of Europe. We've got a very strong membership in Spain, so we're absolutely delighted. Our first non-British event will be staged in Madrid in Spain in October 2018. It's called the ATM and Payments Innovation Summit, and we will have speakers and also attendees from all over the world. So you'll get a fantastic learning opportunity, but not just listening to great speakers. There'll be the shared learning of 400 or 500 financial services professionals gathered together, learning from each other. So very, very exciting. And then coupled with the event itself, we will have a trade exhibit where we'll have service and product providers from around the planet showing what they're doing and particularly focused on innovation. So it's very much looking to the future of ATMs and cash and all payments, and it's basically showing that there's going to be a great future, and we will be looking at every facet of that future. We'll be looking 10 years ahead to what the public will be seeing in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, by way of innovation in payments, in ATMs and in cash. It's been great, very interesting speakers, a lot of interesting exhibits, so yeah, I'm very pleased to have been here. Excellent event.